Hi everyone, we meet again. Today we are going to learn from the theme Science and Technology. The topic is Knowing Your Food Labels Part 2. Okay, by the end of the lessons, pupils should be able to, number one, write a food review about their favorite traditional food based on the example given. Number two, complete the sentences given with modal verbs should not, must, or must not. Number three, provide an ending to the story by rearranging the sentences given. And lastly, prepare a 5-page food labels scrapbook with simple short food reviews. Let's begin our lesson now. Okay, let's look at our first lesson about descriptive writing taken from your textbook, page 92. Look at the instruction given. Malaysian traditional food is rich with nutrients from local ingredients. Below is an example of a food review written by Achan based on a food label of his favorite traditional food, Hong Tao Bao. Example of a food review. Okay, let's read the food review now. Food review on Hong Tao Bao by Achan. My favorite Malaysia's traditional food is Hong Tao Bao. The bao is known best for its red bean. In Chinese, red bean is called Hong Tao. I really like the great taste of the sweet bean paste filling. The bao contains nutrients like protein and fiber. Usually, a bao provides 3.4 grams protein and 2.0 grams fiber. These nutrients are good for our health and need to be taken more. Protein builds and repairs our body tissues, while fiber helps with our digestive system. There is a small amount of sodium, but there is no cholesterol. Due to its nutrition value, bao is an example of a healthy diet if the filling is not made with too much sugar. So as you can see here, this is the nutrition facts that you can see on every food packaging. You can find this at the back of the food packaging. So the Hong Tao Bao, the serving size is 100 grams. Amount per serving is, we look at the calorie first. The calorie is 250, okay? And the total fat is 4%. Saturated fat 1.5%. Trans fat, we have cholesterol 50 milligram or 28%. Okay. Sodium 150 milligram, which is 15%. Total carbohydrate is 10 gram or 3%. Dietary fiber 5 gram. Sugars 3 gram. Protein 16%. And we also have vitamin A, which is 1%. Calcium 2%. Vitamin C 3%. And iron 2%. So this is the picture of the Hong Tao Bao. Okay. So as you can see here, this is an example of a food review which you can learn how to write. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. This is taken from your textbook, page 93. So what you need to do is you need to choose your favorite Malaysian traditional food. Okay, let's look at what is written here on this page 93. Based on the example and food format given, Write your own food review about your favorite traditional food. Then this is the template given. Okay, so let's look at the example that I have provided here. Food review on laksa. So I have chosen laksa as an example. So the food name here, okay, is laksa. Then and the author here is the one who wrote the food review. So you can write your name here. Okay. So the first paragraph is, my favorite Malaysian traditional food is laksa. I like laksa because it is a spicy and flavorful noodle meal that combines white rice noodles and curry-like soup base. It is usually topped with prawn, fish cake, bean curd, and cockles. Second paragraph. There is a list of nutrients in this food which are protein, carbohydrates, sodium, and dietary fiber. Third paragraph. They are good for our health because prawns contain vitamin and mineral, cockles are low in carbohydrates and no sugar, and the bean curd gives us protein and calcium. Last paragraph. However, we can only eat laksa once in a while as it gives us high calories and fat if we eat it every day. So the example that I given you here is laksa. You can actually choose any traditional food that you want. It can be nasi lemak, it can be roti canai, it can be satay, it can be any kueh that you like. So when you write your first paragraph, okay, you must mention the name of the traditional food and then why you like the food. Okay, give your reason. Uh, Maybe it is because it is sweet, it's tasty, it's delicious, and then you can write what it is made of. Yeah, it is made of flour, or it is made of rice. Okay, and then for the second paragraph, you must list out the nutrients in the food. Okay, whether we can get protein or vitamin C or mineral or calcium from the food. And then the third paragraph, you must write why the food is good for our health. Yeah. And lastly, the last paragraph here, okay, you can write whether we should eat the food every day or not. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Yeah, before that, you can also uh, look for a picture, okay, of your favorite food and then place it in your exercise book. Now let's look at textbook page 95. This is literature in action. Let's look at what we need to do here. Read the story about a boy who likes eating junk food. Provide an ending to the story. So let's look at this story first. Jackson is a boy who likes to eat junk food. Every day, he will go to the shop near school hostel to buy different kinds of junk food, such as candies, chips, and instant noodles. Everyone advises him not to eat junk food as they are bad for health, but Jackson does not listen. So this is the first paragraph. As you can see here in the picture below, this is Jackson. He always liked to eat junk food, and then suddenly one day he had heartache. Okay, and then the teacher needs to, I think bring him to the clinic. So let's look at paragraph 2. One day, while he was eating his favorite junk food at school hostel, he had a stomach ache. It was so painful. He screamed loudly. His teacher, Mr. Raja, heard the scream. He went to help Jackson. Mr. Raja saw candies in Jackson's hand. He took Jackson to the clinic. So now third paragraph, at the clinic. So from here, you need to write the ending of the story. So to make it easier for you, I have provided 6 sentences here. Okay, and you need to put this sentences in the correct order by writing the numbers here. Okay. Then after you have uh, arranged the sentences, you can check the answer provided here. Okay, before you look at the answer lah. Okay, try to do it on your own first. And then you write out all the sentences in this third paragraph. Okay, in your writing exercise book. Okay, let's look at the first sentence here. Soon the doctor checked his stomach and found out that it was indigestion problem. Jackson's face turned pale already. Since then, Jackson changed his eating habits. He couldn't bear the pain anymore. He ate too much of junk food. He eats healthily and chooses his food wisely. So all these sentences are not in the correct order. You must put them, okay, in the correct order by writing the number here. Which one is number 1? Which one is 2? Number 3, number 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. Then you write all these sentences again in one paragraph. Now let's look at the next one. Now this is a project for you to do. Okay, it's a very interesting project where you need to do a food label scrapbook. Okay, food label scrapbook is taken from your textbook. So now let's look at what you need here. Okay, instead of using 10 sheets of colored papers, maybe you can just use 5 sheets of colored papers, a pair of scissors, food packaging. Okay, you need a few food packaging. You need 5 food packaging here because we have 5 sheets of colored papers, a glue, a pencil, a hole punch, ribbons, and colored pen. So let's look at the step 1 here. Step 1, you need to cut out the food labels and pictures of the food from the food packaging. So these are the food packaging, cut it out. Then step 2, paste them on the colored papers. Okay. Now, if you look here it says please get 3 different food packagings, cut out the food labels and the food of the food packaging and paste them on an A4 paper. Okay, so since we have 5 sheets of color papers, and 1 sheet of color paper will be for 1 food packaging. So instead of getting 3, you need to get 5 different. Okay, let's look at the next step. Step 3, write a short review for each food label. You need to write short food review. Then step 4, make holes on the pieces of paper using a hole punch. Tie them together using a ribbon. Okay? And then write the title of the scrapbook on the front page. Decorate it. So the title of the scrapbook is Food Labels Scrapbook. Okay? Now, let's look at the next one. This is how your food scrapbook looks like. Okay, so this is the cover, the first page. So here you will write my food label scrapbook. Then you can draw this emoticon here. Okay, and then write your name and then your class. You have to cut and paste 5 different food labels in your scrapbook and write a short, simple food review. Okay, how are we going to write the food review? Okay, I'll show you now. This is the example of a short, simple food review in scrapbook. Okay, let's say you have chosen Maggi, Maggi curry noodles. Okay, so this is Maggi curry noodles. I like this food because it is spicy and flavorful. It gives me carbohydrates, mineral, and some protein. It is tasty and easy to cook. However, it is not good for health as it contains a lot of fat and no vitamins. Okay, so where do you get this food packaging? You can actually surf the internet, okay, and then you can copy paste and print it out on your A4 paper. Or you can also get the real one, the real food packaging, cut it out and paste it in your A4 paper. And then at the back of the food packaging, you can cut out this nutrition facts and paste it side by side. Okay. So in your food review, you must give the name of the food, okay, and then why do you like the food, and then what nutrients does it give you, okay, And then you can also say whether it's tasty or not, easy to cook or not. Yeah? And then lastly, you must say whether it is healthy or not healthy. Okay? So I hope you will enjoy doing this food label scrapbook. Yeah? Okay? So that's the end of our lesson today. And I hope that throughout this lesson about knowing your food labels, you have learned how to become a wise consumer, how to buy your food wisely, and how to choose your food so that you can take healthy food and be healthy always. Okay, that's the end of our lesson today. Eat healthily, stay healthy. Till we meet again. Bye.